Hello and welcome everyone again to another video. And today's video, I am joined by the Martine, the Inadequates. What's up, my friend? Welcome to the channel.
I am the Martine. Thank you, Yasser. Excited to be here and to talk about potential next moveset updates.
It's expected move update, right? So we're gonna expect how the meta should look like for the upcoming seasons, not just one season, because we have some cool ideas. I have some cool ideas. I don't know about Martine. I think he has some crazy ideas. Basically, what we're gonna go through in this video: most used Pokemons in tournaments, highest win rate in Pokemons in tournaments as well. Sorry, most used Pokemons in tournaments, and the highest win rate Pokemons in tournaments. Why in tournaments only? Do you know, Martine, why in tournaments only? We're gonna have to go through.
Tell me.
Because we can have usage for like the Pokemons that were used in every tournament since the max out update. We're going to talk about only in max out update because that's what matters. Like, we're going to provide feedback based on the recent update, which makes sense. And we don't have access to data and usage from GBL because we don't have a way to get that from Niantic. And Niantic does not share that, as far as I am aware. Am I correct, Mr. Inadequate?
Yeah, I think you're correct, yeah.
And first thing first, Inadequates, top 10 most used Pokemons. Can you guess what they are?
In Show 6, right? In the Play
In
Pokemon.
Play Pokemon.
Okay, let me see. Azumarill.
Azumaril's number 2. Clodsire is number 1.
Dunsparce.
That's number 3. Holy, he's actually getting them one by one. Feraligatr is number 4.
Yeah. Ariados.
Ariados is number 6.
Superior
is number 5.
Okay, now it's gonna get difficult because the numbers have been changing a little bit lately.
Yes, it actually changed based on the regionals because in Europe, Ariados was more popular. The tournament before, Malamar was more popular. So that's why he's getting confused.
Malamar is one of them.
Malamar's number 6. And
then there's a fluctuation between like Gastrodon, Talonflame, and Alolan Sandslash. I believe those 3. Maybe even Quagsire.
Okay, so let's show it because he actually got the first 7 right.
Drapion's the one.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah. Drapion's the one that I missed. Okay, Mandibuzz and Dugong are those 2 that kind of fluctuate with.
Those 2 were like, okay, he's actually correct. Those 2 were popular at the beginning of the season. Later in the season, we started seeing more A/less Dugong and more a Galarian Moltres, less Mandibuzz. So he is correct with those. We've seen Clodsire 504 times since max out update in tournaments. Azu, almost the same. Dunsparce followed number 3, 43%, 363 to Feraligatr. I was surprised to see Feraligatr number 3, to be honest. I thought it's going to be in the top 2. I don't know why Superior became number 5. Is there a reason why?
So if you take all of these, at the start of the season, Clodsire was way more popular than it is now. I think it's going up again, but it was like a little bit of a dip mid-season.
Yeah.
And one of the things why Superior is rising again is because of that Azumarill and Feraligatr, because Feraligatr is literally just impossible to check.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you really need a dedicated counter to it.
I guess the reason why it's number 5 because it beat the top 4 as long as this thing has a Stone Edge.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, I started using Superior in Retro Cup right now because it's the only Pokemon that has a neutral play against Claude and destroys this thing. And it's actually insane and does beat Dugong as well. Malamar, I was surprised to see Malamar number 6. I still think that Malamar is the second best Pokemon, followed by Shadow Drapion. But I guess I am biased because I only played GBL. I've never played tournaments so far.
It's been, especially in October, near end of October, Malamar was like top 2 a couple times. It's been very common and good.
Yeah, like if you dodge the Drapion and you have a play against everything. Mandibuzz, only 206 games, and I think the main reason why it's only like it's a very good Pokemon. It's not at the top because you lose to 1, 2, 3, 4. And the other matchups are just a neutral. Dugong is just a stalling Pokemon that everyone knows how to handle, I guess.
So Mandibuzz is actually only popular at the start of the season. It's basically, I would say it's almost non-existent right now. It did get to, I believe we had 2 in top 4 of LASC, but it's mostly been Galarian Moltres now.
Yeah, exactly. Like Galarian Moltres is better, I think, for the Azu matchup specifically. And there is an attack break point on the Clodsire. You can do 1 more damage on Sucker Punch. By the end of the matchup, you end up doing 20 more hit points just by having the attack break point, which does help to flip the 2 sometimes if you want. Okay, that's the most used Pokemon. Now, highest win rate Pokemons. So usually, like Marta in other games, what they do is they bring in the most used, and then they bring also the highest win rate. And anything above 50, that means that thing deserves a nerf. Because balance means 50%. Anything above 50% is not balanced. So, what do you think has the highest win rate? This is in all. It's not top cut, so you have to account for everything.
So is it regional championships in the max out season?
Yes, okay. Regionals and the max out.
It's not for Alligator?
It's not for Alligator. It's not even in the top 10.
Win at start?
Yeah.
Clodsire wasn't on the few middle teams. It's either... I'm going to make a guess here. Dunsparce.
It's not even in the top 10. Because remember, like, if someone goes 0-2, that will destroy the numbers.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oof.
Okay, I will give you a hint. How about you pick up Pokemons that people did not use at all, but they made it to the finals? Because that will massively increase their numbers, because nobody used them.
I mean, that would be like Chestnut or something, or...
Chestnut is actually number 7. Number 8.
It got to top cut once.
Yeah, because of Wadash basically inflated the numbers.
Alola Marowak, maybe?
Alola Marowak is number 4. Yeah, and it's number 4.
My last guess... Did a Pangoro get far? I don't think Pangoro is.
No, Pangoro never made it up.
No, it's not gonna be a meta Pokemon then, because this probably comes down to like a few cracked players that happen to use Spice Pokemon
and they never used it as well.
Okay, I'm just gonna go with Galarian Moltres because it's very inaccessible and only real grinders have it. And
you are extremely close, by the way. Galarian Moltres is the second highest win rate currently in play Pokemon. Because not that many people use it. Like, if we go here, 500 people used Azu, and 500 people used the Claude. But when you go with Galarian Moltres, only 300 people. That's because the other 200 just don't have it. Guzzlord, I believe that's because of Arrow. He brought in Guzzlord and Magic Mason. They play Guzzlord as well. And they always make it to top 8. So these are inflated numbers. A Drapion is the real one, though. Right?
Yeah.
Talking about almost 600 wins and almost wait, what is the number? I don't have the win rate. It's below 95, above, I think it's 58% win rate. Ariados. I hate this. I hate Ariados because I hate Ariados. I just don't like this Pokemon. It's like Galv on crack.
Okay.
I don't like that. I don't like a Pokemon that can debuff. With a guaranteed, like, if you want to debuff, just don't do that much damage. But doing lots of damage and debuff, that's too much. Malamar is expected, I think, because people are just trying to shield Malamar desperate play. And sometimes it does work, because it's going to be against Azu, and Azu would rather no shield. This is what I was surprised to see. Diggersby above 50%. We're talking about almost 56% win rate in total of 700 games. But I don't see Diggersby in the top cut.
It's been like right after Baltimore that Diggersby Toxpack score became a little bit more common. And maybe from there, Diggersby may have still had some play into like a variegated Clodsire core, but Toxpack just dropped because it's kind of RPS into especially ground type Pokemon. Oh,
okay. Because of Lyles Jeff to shield Kwak, Shadow Kwak to win a regional. And Kwak...
For example, Kwak destroys anything it can deal neutral damage into, because it just pushes through into shields.
Well, right? I've seen Kwak beating a Talonflame, man.
Yeah, it's possible. You get like 1 or 2 must-have advantage. Double bait, rock slide.
Exactly.
It's possible.
Walrein, I don't know where did Walrein come from. I actually have never seen it. Maybe it's only 64 games, 46 games.
That's probably though tactical at Liu, and I think maybe I don't know if Swalow's used in Gdansk. I don't remember very well. I don't think he used it there. I think he used like Magdazone Drifblim. But I know Tho used in Lille.
Okay. Okay, so these are inflated numbers. So, Araquanid, I think maybe Weedle brought it in one of the tournaments.
Can't remember. I don't think he did actually. I think it was. No, actually, yeah, you're right. You're right. In Dortmund. I think he did in Dortmund.
So, these were the highest 10 win rate Pokemons. Now, let's move to something more specific. Top 5 Pokemons by win rate, top cut usage. So, forget what we talked about. Now, what can you guess?
So these are the Pokemon that top cut the most frequently?
No, and since Max Out update, those are the highest 5 Pokemon's win rate at top cut.
Okay, so those are already...
Just count the day 2, basically.
Yeah. That has to be Azumarill and Dunsparce.
Azumarill and Dunsparce are there. Azu's number 1.
I'm gonna go with... I don't think it's Clodsire for Relegated Core. I don't think so. It was not popular enough. I think I'm gonna go with like from Lima to Gdansk, which is Malamar Ariados.
Malamar Ariados, you're missing one more. And you will have the top 5. Damn, he actually plays the game, guys. See? He knows.
I'm gonna go with it's a
Pokemon
with Drapion.
Did he get?
If that was so good, if that was so good in day 1, it's got to be good in day 2.
Exactly. So this is the thing. You guessed all of them right. You gave 5 suggestions, and number 1, Azu. We're talking about almost 2,200 games with almost 55% win rate, followed by Drapion, almost 1,000 games, almost 60% win rate. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Ariados. 1,000 game, 56%. It feels like Ariados is like the second best Pokemon after Drapion.
Because it only was used after Clodsire dropped. And now that Clodsire is kind of back, we're going to see Ariados decrease. And then it doesn't win as much anymore. Because it's not going to be good into Clodsire as much. But in the period that Clodsire was basically gone, that's when Ariados was shining.
That's true. I mean... The 2 Shield Ariados in the swap, 2 tournaments back to back. Yep. Malamar, almost 1,200 games, 55%. It feels like more reasonable of a Pokemon than Drapion, to be honest. Because Drapion... Go ahead.
I'm actually surprised that the numbers of Malamar are not close to that of Azumarill. Because the only tournament Malamar wasn't around was in Baltimore. It's been around ever since.
I think the first 2 tournaments of the season, Malamar technically did not exist at all.
Yeah.
So that's why the numbers aren't close. Where like Azu's always there, since Azu is a fairy that does not fear Clodsire.
Yeah.
Dunsparce is the closest to Azu. I hate this Pokemon. I would love to see this Pokemon getting nerfed, but I don't want to say that because there is a new evolution. There's a new evolution to this Pokemon coming out to the game at one point in the near future. And I think it should be instant meta as well.
I don't know. Does Poke have the stats? Let me see. Probably not.
Yeah, right? it's normal ghost. Like the ideal type you would give to a normal Pokemon.
No, it's not. It's just normal.
You sure it's not ghost?
Yeah, the only normal ghost type is Hisuian Zoroark. That's the only only normal ghost type I know of. Dunsparce should be just normal type. If I look at Poke, it's less bulky than Dunsparce, so I think regular Dunsparce is better.
Someone lied at me and they told me.
But you can use this for Ultra League though, so.
Okay, that's something. So, out of those 5 Pokemon, since you play most of the regionals, if you don't play, you cast. Martin, which one of these you would like to see getting a small nerf?
Azumarill.
I hate you so much. Why?
Azumarill is a party pooper. It just has so good coverage. And shuts down quite some Pokemon. The other thing that is good about Azumarill, though, is if there's no Fairy type, Dark type Pokemon just run rampant, right? You don't want to get a triangle that is Dark type, Fairy type, and
Poison,
and Clodsire, right? You don't want that triangle. So somehow Azumarill keeps things in check, but it's also sometimes annoying if you want to play Pokemon like Diggersby, Malamar, and a fighting type Pokemon together, because there's Azumarill. You can't run those together, and sometimes you need a dedicated answer. Because when I make drafts, it's so easy to miss Azumarill. The grass type Pokemon are sometimes pretty much RPS. Look at the
There is no
Drapion
good grass.
and Ariados, and there's also a lot of sense sometimes. Grass types suck into it's just risky into those Pokemon.
I mean, is it the fault of the grass type, or like people always complain about the grass type being good, and then every time we get a grass type, it gets nerfed like the season after?
It's not the fault of the grass type. It's because Azumarill is so good. It's a poison type season. That's just something you have to accept. With poisoning buffed, it's a poison type season. So grass type should not be meta or needed.
Okay, it's a poison meta, I guess. So I am fine with Azu. The other day, someone actually left a negative comment in my legend run. It's like, oh yeah, I should only know how to play Azu Sableye, and that was the day after I hit legend with Azu Malamar, which is Sableye 2.0. So I am someone biased to Azu. I will always say I love Azu. I would love to see Azu more in the meta because it's just a neutral Pokemon that doesn't get punished. Like the only time ever I would think that Azu was getting punished when like Shadow Zapdos was meta, which is for 2 days in season 4, where like they get to the Zap Cannon. It's the only Pokemon that can one-shot Azu. That's it in the entire game. The Shadow Drapion, I love Shadow Drapion. Ariados, I just hate this Pokemon. Malamar, I love Malamar. Dunsparce, I hate Dunsparce.
Yeah.
So, how would you nerf Azu?
Yeah, good question.
Buff more
correct me if
poison?
I'm wrong, but I believe that Bubble is the only fast attack that had a nerf and had it reverted.
Yes.
I think it's the only one ever. I don't know if Bubble is the attack to be nerfed. The thing is, I think it is, because there's hardly any collateral damage. There's about no other Pokemon that uses Bubble.
There is no Pokemon that use Bubble.
And with Play Rough, I think it's Galarian Weezing that he otherwise hurts, so I don't think that helps either, right? I think it has to be Bubble.
I mean, even if you're not Play Rough, that's not gonna do anything to Azu, because whenever you want to throw Play Rough, it's just going to make the mirror last longer. Because now, if you don't have a rank 1, anything but rank 1, let's say rank 2, after the bubble buff, rank 1 Azu lives the 3 Play Roughs and the bubbles in between. So if you're not for Play Rough, you're just going to make the mirror longer.
Yeah. No, I don't like Play Rough nerf. It's not even a good attack by itself, and Galarian Weezing needs it.
Or maybe bring back Poison Fang.
I don't know about that one though.
Like if you bring back Poison Fang, I don't think you will ever see a fairy.
I think Poison Fang is fine as it is. It just depends on the fast attack, maybe. Like Golbat with Wing Attack and Poison Fang was really good last season, in my opinion.
Yeah. Like if you take a look at Clodsire, there isn't anything that Niantic can do to a bulky Pokemon more than Poison Sting, Sludge Bomb, which is getting to a nuke in 6 seconds on a bulky Pokemon. That will never happen. Like, imagine Bastiodon getting like Rock Slide instead of Stone Edge. That will never happen. It happened with Clodsire, so there is no way they can buff Clodsire more. And it's still not getting Azu out of the meta.
Yeah, we get Poison Fang in buffs, but let's not do that.
Poison Fang, sure. You want to see that?
No, I'm good.
And yeah, thank you so much, Martijn. And we have special shout-outs to Dracovish for providing me with the data you guys saw in the beginning. The website, you can find them on Twitter. You can also go to www.dracovish and you will find everything you need about the Play Pokemon meta. Adib for sending me the actual data sheets and teaching me how to use how to transfer that data into more like a readable thing. And Nadquans for joining me today. Thank you so much, sir.
Of course. And on the Dracovish website, there's also my article, so definitely check the website out.
Check Nadquans articles on Dracovish. Is it Dracovish or Dracovish?
I call him Dracovish, but...
Dracovish.
The people who can read, they know what it is.
And yeah, thank you so much everyone for watching, and thank you so much Nadquans for joining me today. Make sure if you like the content to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and go and check Nadquans' socials. I will be leaving all of his socials in the description below. Feel free to give him a follow on all of them. Subscribe also if you can. And I'll catch you all in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.
Peace.